Let's continue sample solution part 8. Question number 42. Assertion is the focus of calculation of working capital revolves around managing the operating cycles of the business. That is correct. Because the working capital purpose is to find out the operating cycles of the business, that is assertion is correct. And then reason. It is because the concept of operating cycle is required to ascertain the liquidity of assets and urgency of payments to liabilities. That is also correct, but at the same time it is the correct explanation of assertion A. So answer B, both A and R true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 43. Which of the following are included in traditional classification of ratios? There are three traditional classification of ratios, that are statement of profit and loss ratios, balance sheet ratios, composite ratios. Here 6 ratios are given. The liquidity is not a traditional. The statement of profit and losses, it is a traditional. Balance sheet, it is a traditional. Profitability ratio, it is not a traditional classification. And then composite ratio, it is a traditional classification. Whereas solvency is not a traditional classification. So answer the second, third and fifth. That is the correct answer. So option A, second, third and fifth is the correct answer. Question number 44. The following groups of ratios primarily measure risk. Solvency, liquidity and profitability are normally measuring risk. Here, the first one is solvency, activity and profitability. But here, activity, if it is consisting activity, that is not correct. And then liquidity and efficiency and solvency, as there is efficiency, it is not correct. And then liquidity, activity and profitability, as there is activity, it is not correct. So liquidity, solvency and profitability. Option D is the correct answer. Question number 45. Which one of the following is correct? Actually, a ratio is a arithmetical relationship one number to another number. That is exactly correct. And then liquid ratio is also known as acid test ratio. And then quick ratio. So that is also correct. Third, ideally accepted current ratio is 1:1. It is not correct. And then debt equity ratio is the relationship between the outsiders funds and shareholders fund. That is correct. So out of 4, the first, second and fourth are correct. So option B, only first, second and 4 are correct. Option B is the correct answer. Question number 46. Which of the following are tools of vertical analysis? Normally, ratio analysis is a vertical analysis. Comparative statement, it is a horizontal analysis. It is not a vertical analysis. And then third, common size statement, that is a vertical analysis. So out of 3, 2 are vertical analysis. That is both first and third is the correct answer. So B is the correct answer. Question number 47. Match the items given in column 1 with the headings and subheadings in schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Column 1. Loose tools, patents, prepaid insurance, debentures, machinery, etc. For this, some other figures are given in the column 2. Loose tools, actually, it is a type of inventories. So, option D is the correct. And then patents, it is a intangible fixed assets. That is, A is the correct answer. Prepaid insurance, it is one type of, other current assets. And then debenture, it is a long-term borrowings. Machinery, it is a tangible fixed assets. So option, actually for 1 and 2, 3 and 4, option 1, D and then A and then B and then E and then C. So here 1D, second A, third B, fourth C, fifth E. That is the correct answer. So option B is the exact answer. Question number 48. Which ratio indicates the proportion of assets financed out of shareholders fund? Normally, it is a proprietary ratio that indicates the proportion of assets financed out of shareholders fund. So, proprietary ratio is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Question number 49. If total sales is 2,50,000 and credit sale is 25% of cash sales, that means if cash sales 100, credit sale is 25. So the total sales, credit sale 25%, cash sales 100, so 125%. It is given total sales 2,50,000 rupees. So 1 out of 5, For example, cash sales 25, credit sale 100, so 1 is to 4. So 1 out of 5 is the credit sale. So we have to divide, that means 2,50,000 into 1 by 5, that will come around 50,000 rupees is the credit sale. Option A is the correct answer. And then question number 50, what will be the amount of gross profit of a firm if its average inventory is 80,000, inventory turnover ratio is 6 times and the selling price is 25% above cost? We know the inventory turnover ratio is cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Here inventory turnover ratio is given 6 times. So 6 equal to cost of goods sold is not given. We have to find it out. So cost of goods sold divided by 80,000 rupees, that is average inventory. If we cross multiply 6 into 80,000, that is cost of goods sold is 4,80,000 rupees. What it is mentioned in the question? The selling price is 25% above cost. So 25%. So we have, in order to find out gross profit on cost of goods sold 4,80,000 rupees, we have to multiply 25%. So 4,80,000 into 25 by 100 is equal to 1,20,000 rupees. That is the profit, gross profit. Understand? So the question number 51. Which of the following statements are false? A. When all the comparative figures in the balance sheet are stated as percentage of the total, it is termed as a horizontal analysis. It is wrong. It is a vertical analysis. And then B. When financial statements of several years are analyzed, it is termed as vertical analysis. It is also wrong. It is horizontal analysis. And then vertical analysis is termed as a time series analysis. It is also wrong. So all the three are wrong. Incorrect. So option D, all the three A, B, C are wrong. Understand? So the question number 51, D is the correct answer. Question number 52, assertion. Increasing the value of closing stock increases the profit. Definitely it is true. And then reason, increasing the value of closing inventory reduces the cost of goods sold. It is also true. So it is the correct explanation of assertion A also. So both A and R correct, and R is the correct reason of A. So option A is the correct answer. Question number 53. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion and other labeled as reason. Assertion A. A high operating ratio indicates a favorable position. It is wrong. Actually, it indicates a unfavorable position. Reasoning. A high operating ratio leaves a high margin to meet non-operating expenses. It's wrong. It leaves only low margin to meet non-operating expenses. It is also wrong. So core number, both A and R are incorrect. Option C is the correct answer. Question number 54. Current ratio of Aadhar Limited is 2.5:1. Accountant wants to maintain it at 2:1. Following options are available. For example, the current ratio is 2.5:1. That means you can fix it 2.5 lakhs is to 1 lakhs. Accountant wants to maintain is 2:1. That is, it must be 2 lakhs is to 1 lakh. If following options are available, for example, he can repay the bills. So in order to make it 2:1, he has to spend 50,000 rupees. For example, if he can repay the bills payable, the current assets will be reduced by cash, will be reduced. It will be coming 2 lakhs. At the same time, that liabilities are also decreasing. That is, it will come to 50,000 rupees. So it will not be 2:1. It will be 4:1. And then next option, he can purchase goods on credit. That means if he purchase for 50,000 rupees goods, the stock will be increased. Formerly it was 2.5 lakhs. Now if it is 50,000, so it will come around 3 lakhs. But at the same time, the creditors is also increasing. So 1 lakh to 1,50,000 rupees. So 3 lakh is to 1.5 lakhs. That means 2:1. It will be correct. Option 2 is correct. And then option C, he can take short-term loan. If loan increases, that means cash balance or bank balance increases, so asset is increased. From 2,50,000 to it will become 3 lakhs. And then the term loan, that loan creditors is also increased from 1 lakh to 1,50,000 rupees. So 3 lakh is to 1.5 lakhs. So 2:1. This is also correct. So the two option, actually option 2 and 3 will be good. So here choose the correct option. Only second and third are correct. Option D is the correct answer. Question number 55. A company has an operating cycle of 8 months. It has accounts receivable amounting to rupees 1 lakh, out of which rupees 60,000 have a maturity period of 11 months. Irrespective of the maturity period, whether it is 11 months or 6 months, 5 months, we should show all the accounts pertaining to the particular year, accounting period of 12 months. So how this information be presented in the balance sheet? So 40,000 as current assets and 60,000 are non-current assets. It is not correct. 60,000 as current asset, 40,000 as non-current asset is not correct. 1 lakh as a non-current asset. No, it is also not correct. The 1 lakh as current asset, we have to show within 12 months. So the current assets will be shown for 12 months. So option D, 1 lakh as current asset is the exact answer. Understand?